this is James of Megalife 21, hardest hitting internet talk radio station on the planet. I am here at the Newsletter Censored Research Center in northeastern New Jersey, doing a live video version of one of our radio shows, the Eisenman Interviews. And the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman was reading some hard-hitting newspaper articles that are recent and very good. And we were talking about, continue with this article.
Anyway, shroud eaters were seen as vampires who fed on the cloth and cast a spell to spread the plague to increase their ranks. To kill the undead creatures, the stake in the heart method popularized by later books was not enough. A stone or a brick had to be forced into the vampire's mouth so it would starve to death.
I did not know that was one of the methods of killing a supposed vampire. I thought it was sunlight or a wooden stake to the heart, silver bullet, or decapitation.
What was that?
Esmeralda?
Yes, sometimes.
Decapitation? Esmeralda.
There was a show. There was a show on, I don't know if it was television or movie or something I saw, and it involved vampires. And the vampire was coming up on someone to kill them or whatever. The guy took out the cross. The vampire laughed at him. It didn't work, fool!
Well, the cross that is made famous by organized religion was not the only means of was not the accurate means of crucifixion. Wasn't it a stake or a pole that they originally used? So it's a form of idolatry, according to what you told me.
Yeah, because you're worshiping a thing rather than the person.
It's not a magical symbol.
The God. Yeah.
They made it a magical symbol.
Sure. Well, the Catholic Church loves relics.
They love relics. Statues of saints. Telling people that saints can intercede for their prayers.
Yeah.
Wrong thinking like that. Lighting candles to statues.
In a study testing treatments for leg ulcers, British doctors found that maggots work as well as standard treatments.
What about leeches?
They do that too.
That's old hat. Using leeches.
Europeans began treating wounds with maggots about 700 years ago. Researchers at the University of York studied 267 patients with leg ulcers in the United Kingdom. Now, leg ulcers are usually people with diabetes, type 2. In the United Kingdom, from 2004 to 2007, patients were treated either with a gel commonly used for ulcers or with maggots. The maggots, bred in sterile conditions, were about the size of a grain of rice. The insects were packed into a tea bag-sized packet or corralled into the wound with bandages. Patients treated with maggots healed as quickly as those who got the gel, but suffered a little more pain. Well, the maggots chewing on my flesh! Of course I'm going to have pain. The research, along with another study that said maggots were as cost-effective as the gel, was published Friday in the BMJ, formerly the British Medical Journal.
Right.
British doctors found that maggots ate up dead tissue quicker than the gel, though that didn't speed up the healing. There were similar rates of side effects in both treatments.
Well, that's their function, isn't it?
Boy.
Isn't that their main source of food?
Cats will get a. They will lie down. They will lie down sometime, and a fly will lay eggs in their ear canal.
Correct.
And next thing you know, you got maggots inside the head. You got inner ear infection, and holy mackerel.
Holy maggots. I mean, That's why I try to tell people during the day, if you're going to talk to somebody, don't hold that door open, because, you know, these flies. I mean, one time I was in Acapulco many years ago, and I was at an outdoor restaurant, and the local people were not even shooing the flies away from their meal. They were talking and eating and drinking, and they weren't shooing the flies away, and it was horrible.
There's some places where they hang meat out on a tree.
Yeah.
It gets covered with flies. They don't do anything.
No. These things are disgusting. They land on dead bodies and lay their larvae, which becomes maggots. You know.
There were similar rates of side effects in both patients, affecting about 14% of patients. Nikki Cullum, professor at the University of York, said the pain might have been caused by enzymes secreted by the maggots striking nerve endings. The pain would not have been from the maggots actually eating the dead tissue. They're not chomping down with big teeth or anything, Cullum said. They're just hoovering up goo.
Goo, huh? Interesting. Interesting.
You have time for another one?
How many more do we have?
Just a couple.
We have time for one more?
This will have to be the last there because I have a meeting with the Nomies.
Gotcha.
3 minutes.
3 minutes?
3 minutes?
Pick a small one. And then,
try this.
oh, you have the big important meeting with the Knowledge Gnomes.
It's a lesser than that important one.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, sir. All right, one small article.
Scientists have created the first genetically modified monkeys that can pass their new genetic attributes to their offspring.
Here we go, monkeys again.
An advance designed to give researchers new tools for studying human disease, but one that raises thorny ethical questions. In this case,
Thorny?
the Japanese researchers simply added genes that cause the animals to glow green under a fluorescent light.
St. Patrick's Day monkeys? Leprechaun monkeys?
And beget offspring with the same spooky ability in order to test the technique they hope to use to produce animals with Parkinson's, Huntington's, and other diseases. The work, described in Thursday's issue of the journal Nature, was hailed by some medical researchers excuse me, as a long-sought milestone that could lead to crucial insights into a host of ailments, provide invaluable ways to test new treatments. But the research was condemned by animal rights proponents, who said it paves the way for producing colonies of primates conceived expressly to suffer a plethora of cruel illnesses and undergo potentially painful and dangerous medical experiments. Because the work marks the first time a species so closely related to humans has been genetically altered in this way, some also worried the same techniques would be used on chimps or other primates even closer to humans, or to try to endow people with desirable genetic traits. It's hard to put your finger on what it is about this research that is likely to stimulate ethical debate besides the sort of gut feeling that this is not the right thing to do, said Mark Rothstein. But I think we'd better contemplate where this research is going and develop policies to deal with it before it slaps us in the face.
Can't they use animals lower on the evolutionary?
Yeah, but a lot of those animals don't have the same
DNA like humans.
responses that we have.
Okay, sir, we got to take a break. Do we have time to finish up? How many more articles do we have?
No, these are too long.
Okay, all right.